That is the beauty of democracy, multi-party democratic system. I have drawn a parallel with what happened in the Soviet Union in 1991. A whole empire in the 20th century collapsed without a single shot being fired. Now there are about 80 republics. It is then that I feel that was that one I become a converted democrat, multi-party democratic system, with the biggest caveat that elections must be free and fair. Let the Nigerians decide.
Yes, but why should they decide in your favor and not that of the other candidates? In other words, I'm saying you have a platform, you're talking to Nigerians, tell Nigerians why they should elect you and not all the other candidates, that are standing for the same office.
Okay, if you insist, I will tell Nigerians why I want them to elect me. Under a different system, I have been a governor, 6 states. I have been a petroleum minister for 3.25 years. I have been a head of state. I have been a chairman of PTF. Nigerians know this. I have service to offer. I am offering myself to Nigerians to serve them. And I want a free and fair election.
Madam Nuri Babu, why should Nigerians elect you and not General Muhammadu Buhari or Malam Ibrahim Shekarau or even President Goodluck Jonathan?
Yes, because today I stand as the symbol of change. I am the representation of the aspiration of Nigerians today. I am a young person. I am a young man. I belong to the age of leaders who are doing well in the world today. And that is where it matters. I have been in government and I have the experience in the last 25 years. Others have been in retirement in the last 25 years. I am a federal person. I have experience at the federal government level and at the international level. I am not a state person. My experience is not limited to small state. I have acquired experience at the federal government level that can confront the problems confronting us today. Today, I am a modern person. I know how things are done. I am a reflection of the aspiration of the young men and young women in this country today.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to stop you.
Above all, I have the vision, vitality,
Malam
energy.
Mubadu, please respect the rules you signed up for, please. Thank you. Malam Shekara.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
There is a global scientific law, and of course, as a mathematics teacher, I should know this better, that says you move from known to discover the unknown. I have governed a state for 8 years. I've been in government. Before I came over to be the governor of Kano State, I have been in the state service for 25 years, 7 of which was a permanent secretary, 3 of which the permanent secretary at the heart of government operation as the state permanent secretary in charge of administration, finance, and general services. Now, talking of Nigeria generally, I have governed a group between 1988 and 1992, for 2 consecutive terms, for 4 years, I led all Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools in Nigeria. I was the national president. And this is a collection of trained, respected professionals. There is hardly any association, apart from my mother association of the NUT. The Principals Conference is about the only conference where you will find 99.9% university graduates. And I led them. Today there are over 7,000.
Thank you very much.
And I've interacted with them.
Thank you very much. Now, we are rapidly coming to the end of this debate. So what I'd like to do is to devote the few minutes that we have left actually taking questions from the audience, because this is, of course, about Nigerians and about voters. It has been an interesting conversation, but I want to open it up now. There's a question here from Ngoso T. Akosu. Can you please raise your hands for me? Because I don't want people to accuse me of making up questions. Thank you. Okay. And she says, how do you plan to tackle the crisis in Plateau, state jaws between the Hausas and the indigenous tribes if you become president?
Simple. I have done that in Kano. For the last 8 years, nobody has had any more crisis in Kano State. Before now, you see, before I came on board, Kano used to be known as a very volatile state. At the slightest ignition, 1,000 kilometers away, crisis will erupt in Kano. It will catch fire. When we came on board, we ran a government of all inclusive. Today, I have in my cabinet an Igbo man, a Christian, I have a Yoruba man, I have a Bayelsa man, I have a Kogi State man in my state, and this has given them sense of belonging, and we are working. In fact, just 2 months ago, I got a letter of commendation from the national headquarters of the Christian Association of Nigeria, commending the way we are operating, integrating, and working with everybody. In the past, when there is crisis anywhere in Nigeria, in the next 1 hour, you'll find the non-Muslims, the non-Hausa speaking, trooping into police stations. But today, in spite of all the crises in Plateau State, in Borno, and all other places, not a single person goes to the police station. Everybody in Kano, the non-indigenous, the non-Muslim, are sleeping with their 2 eyes closed. This is the therapy we will apply globally for Nigeria, and everybody will be in peace.
Thank you. Some silence, please. Thank you very much. Let's try and use the little time that we have left to get as many issues addressed as possible. General Muhammadu Buhari.
Yep.
The same question, please.
Well, in the CPC manifesto, we are considering local policy, neighborhood committees. It's on the ground that in every local government there is a security committee. This comprises of the local cultural leadership, the police, and of course, chairman of the local government or his secretary. Now, this must be empowered. The question of the plateau is the question of the problem of virtually nomads and stagnant farmers. In the old north, where people know, there are cattle routes, there are grazing areas with infrastructure. All those now have gone. And these nomads are part of Nigerians. And they are what they are, the nomads. They have no permanent abode. They move around north to south, east to west throughout the country. So it is good to make sure that the old policing is done.
Thank you
and that will bring
much,
peace.
General Muhammadu Buhari. Thank you. Malam Nuribadi.
The problem of Plateau, and like so many other places, I believe it's not about police. It's not just about tanks or bullets or guns that you need to bring in. It's about working on bringing justice in this country. The road to peace is through justice. Government has to pay attention to that. 2, we have to pay attention to the economy. Ability for us to provide the basics for our people will be the fastest way, the smartest way, the surest way to solve these problems that we are talking about. Unless we address it. Take, for example, we continue to hear Boko Haram. Boko Haram. But this is a sect that has never attacked any school in Nigeria. Can't we ask questions? What is happening? They say they are Boko Haram, but they have not attacked any school. They know where the problem is. Those are the issues that we have to pay attention to. Unless we address these fundamental issues, ability for us as government, as a country, to take care of our own people, provide the basics, do justice.
Thank you very much. Now, this is a question from Wenga Michael. Wenga Michael, can we see your hands up, please? Like I said, I don't want to be accused of making questions up. Wenga Michael? You're over there. Okay, thank you. And I'd like General Muhammadu Buhari to start, take the first stab at answering this question. If elected president, how would you ensure a corrupt-free nation without creating social unrest in the country and without violating human rights?
Well, you know, The bottom line of Nigerian problem is indispensable.